Is there really just one thing that's stopping so many real estate agents from being successful? Is there really one reason that we have such a high failure rate? If you're in real estate, you certainly know there's a tremendous failure rate when it comes to real estate agents. And more importantly, if you look at those that are just barely skating by, still dealing with debt, trying to just get a closing to pay their bills and barely survive, the failure rate is unbelievable. We're going to talk about that today. And I'm going to talk about that one thing that causes that problem. Welcome to today's morning meeting. I'm Greg Luther, the one guy that meets with you every single day to help you in growing your business. And today we're going to talk about what that one thing is. And really what it comes down to is who you decide to take career advice from. Now, we could throw out the term real estate agent and just call it humans, because most humans fail by taking the wrong advice from, one of the worst things you can do is take it from someone that you trust. Here's what I mean by that. Most people can't separate information from source. I want you to write that down. Do you have the ability to separate information from source? Most people can't do that, and that's why they take stock advice from their hairdresser, right? Like you trust your hairdresser, you've had conversations about the divorce and about, your kids and whatever. Then all of a sudden you're taking stock advice from them. They have nothing to do with that, and they're going to give you horrible advice. They're not qualified to do so. So if you trust someone, you're willing to take advice from them in all facets of life. That's a really bad idea. You take that stock advice from your hairdresser, you take relationship advice from a friend, right? You're talking to your friend about what your boyfriend said or your girlfriend said, I can't believe this happened, or what should I do in this case? Why would you take advice from that friend? They are not a relationship expert, but they're someone you trust. They're likely going to send you down the path of a clown. You're going to look like an idiot when you're done taking their advice. And this happens all the time. People, the vast majority of people take career advice from their parents. How stupid is that? Now, I know you love your parents. I know you trust your parents. I know that you believe your parents will send you down the best path that they possibly know, but they don't know shit. Look at their net worth in many cases, right? So maybe they do want the best for you, but they don't know how to get you there. Like if you wanted to be a professional golfer, you can't have your mom be your golf coach because she don't know how to get you there. She really wants you to do well, but she's not qualified to teach you how to do so. Well, let me give you another one. Taking marketing advice from your real estate broker, from the broker that you work for, taking career advice from your broker. Oh, well, he really wants me to do well. She really wants me to do well. Here's the question. How many people have they taken from zero to hero? If they continue failing and they just want to get more licenses and bring on more agents and keep bringing on more agents, and that's their sole focus, if they are not taking people from zero to hero, they're not qualified to make you successful. We talk about all the time, on my Facebook page, they have like a reviews tab where there's authentic Facebook users that talk about if they've utilized your program or not. We have hundreds and hundreds of inner circle members that say, I couldn't hardly close one deal a month. Now I'm closing 5 transactions a month, or I'm closing 7 transactions a month. That is how you take somebody from zero to hero. People that were already good when they got here, because your brokerage has really good agents there. And I know you'll say, well, we've got agents that sell 500 homes a year. They did that shit in spite of the broker. They did it before they went to that broker. What you need to look at is who can take somebody from here to here. It ain't going to come from your parents. It ain't going to come from your hairdresser. It's not going to come from your friend. It's not going to come from switching brokerages. It's going to come from somebody that's qualified to get you where you need to be. Most people can't separate information from source. Oh, I'm going to go join this brokerage because they have 3 training classes a week. It's taught by people that don't have any success any time in their life in real estate. They sold 3 homes last year, and they've never created any successful agents in the history of ever. You really want to listen to what they have to say? What? Because they have classes, you think it's better than nothing? No, it's actually worse than nothing. It's going to send you down a bad path. I need you to start separating information from source. If I want to learn how to play professional basketball, I've got to get somebody that knows how to get me to professional basketball and has actually taken people that weren't pros and made them pros. That's what you're looking for. That's what you're looking for in a brokerage. That's what you're looking for in career advice. That's what you're looking for in a coach. I don't care that they already have people that are successful. The same is true for your brokerage. I don't care that they have successful people. What I care about is how many did they take from zero and make them a hero? How many of them were nothing when they got there and they became something? Because that's what we want to do. So just because you trust someone doesn't mean you should trust their advice on something, right? So I'll give you an example. To my knowledge, I've created more millionaires in real estate than any other real estate coach it's ever been, as far as documenting them, getting information from their CPA, showing all of their debt is completely paid off, and they've built a net worth, money they kept. They've built a net worth of over $1 million. I don't think there's anybody else that's ever done what I've done. Now, with that in mind, don't take relationship advice from me. I have no idea how. I've been married 3 times. I'm single now. I date 35 people right now. Do not take relationship advice from me. Separate information from source. You want to get rich? You need to work with me. You want to fall in love? Please call Dr. Phil. You are not, I don't care how much you trust me, you should not take relationship advice from me. I'm not qualified, depending on what you want to do. If you want 35 girlfriends, maybe that's a little different. I say that jokingly, probably like 25. I'm joking, but you see what I mean? I'm not married and, the white picket fence and the 2 kids and the golden retriever and we're happy and we're doing family photo. That's not even what I want. So if that's what you want, then it's probably not wise to take advice from me, because I'm very quick to cut bait, right? Nope, she's an idiot. Get rid of her. Nope, we're not doing that. Get rid of her. Nope, she said something stupid. Get rid of her. That may not be the route you want to go. And I don't claim to be able to give you really good advice at that. But you want to get rich? You want to start selling more houses? You want to actually fix your problems when it comes to real estate sales, picking up buyers and sellers? How do you convert them? Why are they ghosting me all the time? How do I get higher conversion rates? That's what I'm good at. No different than the lady that does your hair is amazing at hair and listening to you talk. That doesn't mean she's qualified to give you relationship advice, stock advice, career advice. She's broke. He or she is broke. They have no idea how to give you good business advice. The same is true for most real estate coaches. They're broke. They haven't created massively successful people. The same is true for most brokers. They're broke. I always joke that's why they call them brokers, because they're broker than you. They're struggling with bills all the time. They have no idea how to create massive success, how to pick up more buyers and sellers. They'll literally tell you to door knock and cold call. Call your sphere, the people that know you. Well, that's what I've been doing, and that's how I got here. I'm trying to get better. I know you're telling me all the same thing everybody else is telling me. I'm trying to get better. They don't know how to get you there. So I want you to separate information from source. If you as a real estate agent are thinking, how do I get filthy, stinking rich, doing a great job for my prospects? That's what happens right here with our Inner Circle coaching members. If you're looking to get married and live happily ever after and how to be a better person and the perfect spouse and all of that, I cannot help you. So as I said, like for me, I can be picky. I can be finicky. I've already done that whole stuff. So I know what I'm looking for. So I'm shopping around. Once I find what I want, totally fine. You guys have heard before, there's plenty of fish in the sea. You know what I've realized? I've actually seen it on the news. There's actually a lot of garbage in the sea too. There's a whole lot of trash out there. There's miles and miles of trash in the sea. So sometimes I got to wade through the trash to find the good fish. And once I find the best fish, that's the one that I stick with. But I'm not going to be unhappy. I'm not going to hate my life every day. You shouldn't do that in relationships. You shouldn't do it in business. You shouldn't do it with your finances, your net worth, your retirement accounts. You should not be unhappy with where you're at. Keep shopping. You shouldn't be happy with your brokerage. You shouldn't be happy with your real estate coach. You shouldn't be happy with your relationship coach, your personal trainer, your landscaper. If they're not getting you what you need, or you're making an effort yourself and it's not working for you, or worse yet, they haven't created other successful people, it's time to run. It's time to find a better approach for yourself. Don't take career advice from your parents, even though you love them, even though they really, really, really desperately want the best for you. And I know they do. But if they're broke, tell them to shut up about career. They can talk to you about life. They can talk to you about being a great person. They can talk to you about what the meaning of life is, but they cannot talk to you about how to get rich because they don't know how to do it. Well, you should be a doctor and attorney when that's because everybody told you that. So you think that's good advice, and it's the advice you didn't take. So now you're trying to tell me that. It is the highest rate of failure. It is the highest rate of malpractice lawsuits, problems, all of the issues that come up. And it's an emotional roller coaster. It is not the route to go. Why do you think that's a smart move? Because somebody else told you that? We do what works. So I want you to start separating information from source. And I want you to realize that there's certain people you'll go to for certain things, but you wouldn't really listen to them for other things, right? Now, you come back to these morning meetings every day and you watch me next year, maybe I'll find the right one and I'll be happily married. And I can tell you what worked and what didn't work. And I think I said what didn't work, so that you can follow the same path that I've done if I can become successful, or if I started doing relationship coaching, which I'll never do. I'll just say, get rid of them. You can find another one. It's not real hard, particularly if you've done a good job in your career. You're rich. There's a lot of options available. But I want you to really think about who you're taking advice from, and are they qualified to get you where you need to be? I don't care if they, well, this brokerage has some of the top, they were top agents before they went there. That's not help for you, okay? Because keep in mind, here's the exact example of this. Today, I'm going to start personal training, okay? I'm going to be a personal trainer, and I'm going to get people fit. If I could convince The Rock to be my client, maybe I'll pay him $100,000 to be my client and say that he's my client, okay? I don't think that would even be enough. But if we did, well, he trains The Rock. The Rock looked like that when he got here. What you need to see is that I'm training Shrek and he turns into The Rock. That's what you need to see. That's what you need to see. You need to see that I can take a fat person and make them skinny. Not that a skinny person was already here. The same is true with your real estate brokerage. The same is true with your coaches, right? Oh, well, today we're interviewing somebody that's closing 375 deals a year. How many deals were they closing before they met you? And can you show me that? That's the question you need to have, because you need to separate information from source. Hopefully that's a meaningful message for you today. You understand what I mean by this. Just because you trust someone doesn't mean that you should take their advice. Don't take my advice on diet. I don't think that's a good idea. Don't take my advice on relationships. I don't think that's a good idea. Don't take my advice on sticking with toxic friends because you've known them for 27 years. And even though they're horrible and they make you upset, you need to find a way to work with them. No, kick them in the ass on the way out. Never to talk again. That's my advice. Doesn't mean it's the right advice, but I know that the people around me, I'm really close with, they would die for me. I would die for them. Those that's not the case, they're gone. Is that good relationship advice? I don't know, but I am the happiest freaking human you will ever meet because I'm a no BS approach to everything I do in my life. Separate information from source. Decide who's qualified to teach you. I tell agents all the time, when you look the video description below right here, I've got some links to show you some training to help you in getting your business going. And we talk a little bit in there about joining Inner Circle Coaching. First thing you've got to ask, is this person qualified to help me in this genre of my life, this little niche of my life? Now, if you check the links below and you see something about Greg Luther will teach you how to be happily married for 73 years, that's probably bullshit, because he has no idea how. but you want to learn how to start selling a hell of a lot more real estate, making a lot more money, make sure your clients are ecstatic with what you do for them, do a great job for everybody you work with, and become massively successful, click the damn link in the video description and watch what happens. Hopefully you're following this page and you've rang the bell, turn on notifications so that you can get our message every day. I've got a great message coming for you on tomorrow's morning meeting as well. I'm honored to have you watching here. I'm honored to be the one that helps you in one facet of your life, because I'm probably bad advice in a lot of facets. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. I'm Greg Luther, and bye-bye for now.